Good morning. It is Tuesday, October the 29th, a week till Election Day. We are 1 week from choosing our next president. Just a reminder, I was looking at some information online, and it seems that we have about 161.5 million people that are registered to vote. But only usually a fraction of that show up to the polls and vote. And so I'm asking, if you're a registered voter, please go vote. Whether you early vote, same day vote, mail in ballots, whatever it is in your state. I'm here in North Carolina. We're in early voting right now. I voted a week ago, this last Sunday. So, yeah. So please show up, vote. Yes, if you don't like either candidate, it's the lesser of two evils, but it always is. Because guess what? They're people, human beings. You're not going to like everything they do. You're not going to like everything they say. You're not going to agree with them. Guess what? You don't agree with your spouse all the time. You don't agree with your kids. It's life. We have to quit pretending that it's got to be somebody who's perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus was perfect and they crucified him. Okay? We're not getting that. Jesus is not on the ballot. So we have to choose a person, a flawed human being, just like all of us. Whether you pick one or the other, whoever you pick, just vote. If you want your voice heard, this is how you do it. Soldiers across this country from the beginning of our founding have died and fought to give us the right to vote, to make this decision. So please go out and exercise your right to vote. Voting is the one thing as an American citizen that you can do that other people from other countries would love for the opportunity to do. They'd love to make the decision for us, but they don't. It's up to us. We select the leader of the free world. And when we make this decision, it goes one way or the other. And I'm really worried that we're headed into World War III. I voted, and I did vote for Donald Trump because I don't want to be in wars. And so a couple other things, but that is my biggest concern. But whoever you vote for, if you vote for Kamala, fine. If you vote for Donald, fine. Whoever you vote for, but for God's sake, show up. Our country needs us to show up and be counted. Make a decision, right or wrong, pick one. Flip a coin. But at least show up. Don't sit home and then complain about where the country's headed. Be part of it. If you can, be a poll watcher. Make phone calls, whatever. Be involved. Do something. Don't just complain about where the country's headed or if you don't like this or don't like that. Maybe you should run for office next time. Make a decision. Do something. We all play a part. And if we just sit home and complain, it never gets better. But rights that are not used, we lose. Whether it's First Amendment rights, Second Amendment, the right to assemble, these can all disappear. And that's terrifying. We're seeing things in the world that just absolutely remind me of history, and we're not learning from it, it doesn't seem. And I'm really worried about all of us. Please, get up, get off your couch, and vote. It's the one thing that you have absolute control over, and you don't have to tell a single soul. You can walk in that booth, pick one or the other, and if you're around people who will criticize you one way or the other, then just lie. Oh yeah, I voted this way. Oh yeah, I voted that way. It doesn't matter. All it's going to show in the voting record is that you voted. It's not going to say who you picked. It's just going to say that you voted. So vote. You don't have to tell anybody who you voted for. You are not required to tell another living soul who you voted for. So if that's what bothers you, tell them all to go pound sand. It's none of their business. You vote for you, for your family, for your country. And yes, whether we like it or not, for the world. Because who we choose matters. It says a lot about us. And yes, I admit it, I voted for Donald Trump. And there's a lot about him. But you know what? We weren't in war when he was president. And that's what bothers me. That's what scares me. I do not want to repeat history. I don't. And there are going to be people who don't agree with me, and that's fine. When I was growing up, we had the whole thing of live and let live and agree to disagree. And somehow, over the years, we've lost that. If you're not in 100% lockstep one way or the other, somebody's going to go after you. Don't be that way. You have the right to vote for anybody you want. If you don't like either one of them, write somebody in. I did that in 2016. I didn't vote for either one of them. I wrote somebody in. But at least I went and voted. Even though I wasn't real crazy about either choice, I wrote somebody in. Remember, you have an opportunity to make yourself heard. And yes, it seems like in the sea of all of it that's going on, that maybe it won't make a difference. But you never know. Elections have been decided by one vote. Make your voice heard. Even if it's just a whisper, make it heard. Because you never know. You could be that one vote. Whichever way. And whoever wins, pray for them. And pray for our country. Pray that the decisions that get made are for the betterment of our country, the betterment of our world. I pray for less war. I pray for peace and stability. And I pray for all of us. Hard times could be coming. They probably are. Please pray and be peaceful. Pray and help a neighbor. But for God's sakes, get off your couch, get out of your chair, and go and vote. Please go vote. Don't listen to the ads. Don't pay attention to all of the noise. Sit down and decide. Who do you think will bring the most peace and whatever is important to you? Bring those things. Think about them. And then if somebody hits it 60%, Pick them. But pick somebody. Vote. Vote. It's the one thing you can do that if you're a registered voter, nobody else has the right to do. And I know there's going to be election interference. There was a story that came out today that they're going to let these whatever ballots through, or there's all kinds of stuff going on. But there always is. Don't let that stop you. That's part of the noise. I think part of the way they make it to where it seems like it doesn't matter is if they make all this noise about this and that and the other, you become demoralized and you just don't show up to vote. Don't do that. Vote. Vote, because your kids, your grandkids, and your great-grandkids are going to be left with whatever it is we decide. So vote. Please go vote. I love you. Be peaceful. And if you don't love me back, that's okay. Because guess what? We're all in this together. We're on this boat. We're on this round ball, and we ain't going nowhere. Well, unless Elon Musk figures out how to get us to Mars. That could be interesting. But I probably am not going to Mars. So just saying, we're on this island called Earth. And all we've got is each other. And so we better take care of ourselves and each other. Be good. Pray, be peaceful, and vote. It's the one thing you can do. Vote.